Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation today. My name is Doug Despin.
And I'm Bill Vogt. Doug and I have been working on a multimedia play that combines live performance with digital filmmaking. And after spending 7 years completing the digital portion of the play, we mounted the entire production in a small venue just to get it on its feet.
And although we're very pleased with the audience response, our concept was always meant to be performed in front of a bigger audience in a legitimate theater space. After performing in the Guild's digital performance of the Laramie Project and seeing what could be done, I thought you would appreciate our efforts in doing a multimedia project as a theatrical event.
Now there's 3 segments to the play. 1, there's a digital introduction in the same vein as the old TV show beginnings like The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits. 2, the live performance, which is the bulk of the play. And 3, back to digital for the second act.
Keep in mind as you watch the demo that the majority of the work is already done. So here it is, our proposal for a thriller entitled The Styx.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome today to the opening performance of The Styx. We'd like to ask you at this time to please turn off all cell phones, pagers, or other electronic devices. We'd also ask you to please no photography or recording during the show. The show will run a little over an hour with no intermission. Okay? And with that in mind, we hope you enjoy tonight's performance of The Styx. Thank you.
When you get right down to it, humanity is a cyst on the ass of the universe. A self-destructive parasite that eats its own and then shits itself when it realizes, hey, there really is a thing called atonement. Oh yeah. And don't you think for even a single solitary second that you're gonna weasel your ass out of this one? Nobody weasels their way out of the Styx. Nobody. So relax. Accept your fate. And come on in. The water's real warm.
I will inform Mr. Stroller and Mr. Shrub of your arrival, sir.
Thank you, Killer.
Feel free to pour yourself a drink.
I will do just that. Thank you. Oh, Richard! It is good to see you.
I wasn't aware you were arriving today.
Unexpected business.
I'm normally informed of all business appointments.
As I said, my appointment was unexpected.
What did you find so interesting on the grounds that you needed binoculars?
I couldn't help but notice the increase of security outside.
Let's just say Talbot and Creston's business interests continue to spawn new enemies.
What enemies are you referring to?
That is a question you should not be asking.
You are quite right. My apologies.
Forget it.
Since when did you start allowing members of security to talk to family members?
Since never.
Has there been new servants added to the payroll since my last visit?
No. Why?
I saw Mary talking to a young man by the fountain.
What did he look like?
6 feet, Caucasian, brown hair, clean shaven.
Mr. Stroller, this is Richard. I can speak with you as soon as possible. Both you and Mr. Shrub could be in mortal danger on this very day. I'm serious, sir. Yes, sir, I'm here in the house. Yes, sir.
Please tell me you didn't say all that because of what I just told you.
I was going to make that call anyway. Still, your observations of Mary have me a bit edgy.
Should I be worried about my own safety?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So for God's sake, Mary, please do not mention any of this to your father.
Why shouldn't I? It's my life.
Oh, when you move from home, it will be your life. Until then, you're just a child living under your parents' roof.
You're not alone, ladies.
Or, how nice to see you. We weren't expecting you.
Good afternoon, Gertrude. Hello, Mary.
Welcome back, War.
It's good to be back.
I imagine that it is. Tell me, is it as bad in Russia as we've been told?
Whatever you have heard cannot possibly illustrate the horror. It has become apocalyptic.
I'm so sorry.
We have more than enough pity from the world. What we are near now are many more free axle trucks from America.
I should think you would want tanks over trucks.
American tanks. Yet,
Beggars can't be choosers, Bull.
we are not beggars. We are holding off 90% of the German armies on the Eastern Front, while our allies in the West prepare to invade Europe. Our casualties are already in the millions. Therefore, we cannot accept the loss of 7 destroyed tank crews for one single German Tiger or Panther tank. Our T-34s are much superior to your Shermans. Your trucks, however, are what is needed to move our troops, our supplies, our cannons, keep them rolling as fast as our tanks.
Please, it's way too early in the day to talk politics.
You started it, Mother.
And now I am ending it.
You are quite right. May I prepare a drink for either or both of you?
No, thank you.
A few hours short of 5, wouldn't you say, Vor?
I'm on Russian time.
Honestly, Vor, you're just as pickled as our husbands.
Here's to being pickled.
Let them all enjoy their libations, Mother. They no doubt need it to numb their consciences.
That was uncalled for, Mary.
Oh, you think so?
I mean it.
Oh, you hear that, Vor? My mother means it.
Madam Stroller, Madam Shrub, is there anything I can do for you?
Not at all, Caleb. We came to see our husbands.
Yes, of course. Mr. Stroller and Mr. Strub are busy with important matters. You will have to wait.
Important
I will
matters.
inform your husbands of your arrival.
Well, I'll be damned if I'm going to have the butler introduce me in my own home.
It's not Caleb's fault, Mother.
I'm fully aware of that, Mary.
Well, that must have been entertaining for you.
Not at all.
Really? Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
You're such a diplomat, War. Not so rough around the edges like my family.
I believe those rough edges are innate with most powerful Americans. Perhaps most Americans altogether.
I hope not.
Moving on to another subject. I'm afraid you may have gotten one of the security guards in trouble.
Why is that?
You ever seen talking to him in the grounds a short time ago?
Oh, I've never talked to the security staff. I never do.
You were talking to somebody on the grounds, I saw you myself.
You're mistaken.
I watched you with those binoculars. He handed you a small package.
He's not from security. He's an acquaintance from college.
Go on. Tell me, how are your studies going?
The university has been very enlightening. Sometimes disturbingly so.
I'm intrigued.
You needn't be. Your world is far more intriguing than mine.
You are better off in your world, Mary.
Yes, indeed. By the way, why were you watching me? With a pair of binoculars, no less.
Oh, I can assure you it wasn't you that first caught my attention. It was the increase of security in the grounds.
What do you mean?
Security has nearly doubled from my observations.
Oh, surely that's not necessary.
When I spoke to Richard, he indicated an imminent threat was lurking. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary, I didn't mean to frighten you. Nonetheless, I am glad.
Thank you for warning me, boy.
What is troubling you, Mary? You seem to have soured on both Kristen and your father.
What makes you say that?
Your remark about alcohol consumption to numb our consciences.
I know all about the United Banking Corporation now.
Of course. The UBC is run by your father and husband. Why wouldn't you know?
I'm not referring to the bank's public portfolio.
I don't understand.
Oh, yes, you do. Supplying Hitler with machine guns before the war so he could murder his rivals and take power. Supporting Hitler's war effort after even our own country and yours went to war. Using concentration camp prisoners to mine coal for Hitler.
Where did you hear all this?
As I said before, the university has been very enlightening.
I very much doubt you learned all this in the classroom.
Does it really matter where I learned the truth?
It very much does, yes.
Shouldn't it matter more that I now know the truth?
The two are very equally important.
You're an evil man, boy. Maybe not as evil as my father and beloved husband, but evil nevertheless.
You should watch what you say, especially to your father.
I'm not afraid of my father.
Mary, I have known you since you were a child. Please, be careful of what you say and who you associate with. These are dangerous times, desperate times.
I am aware of that.
Are you? Are you really? Or are you just blinded by naive idealism?
Idealism is not blind.
Says the college student who has not yet faced the world.
I will say what I please to anyone I please.
Then I am afraid for you.
If you're trying to frighten me, don't waste your time.
So, this is what your mother told you not to talk to your father about, is it not?
No, it is not.
You mean there's something worse?
I believe this falls into the none of your business category. I've grown tired of the sight of you, Mr. Quark. Goodbye.
Leonard, tak idzie. Держи ближче. Подергай ворот сейчас. Иди не получаса. Види меня. Bien, осторожно.
Mr. Stroller and Mr. Shrub are ready to see you now, sir.
None too soon. I was just about to call my car to return to the hotel.
Oh, no, that would have been a shame.
So, did you hear about Eddie Ford?
Only Hank calls him Dad. He doesn't really care for it.
I'm aware of that.
Big words from the little man.
Meaning what?
Meaning I don't think you have the balls to call him Eddie to his face.
That shows how much you know.
Right, you've called him Eddie.
That's all I ever call him.
And he's fine with that.
No, not at all.
You know, you're gonna have your ass handed to you on a platter one of these days.
Well, until that day comes, Eddie will always be Eddie.
I'm serious, Chris. Don't fuck around with Fords.
I'll take your thoughts under advisement.
I'm sure you will.
So, did you hear about Eddie Ford?
No, what about him?
Well, let's just say Churchill would love to see Eddie with the razor wire around his neck.
Could you be a little more specific?
You know, I'm rather surprised you haven't heard.
Yeah, just got back from Berlin. Tyson again. Now he's all pins and needles over Roosevelt's threats to bomb the concentration camps. Yes. I told that crowd son of a bitch there was nothing to worry about, but he just...
Huh.
So, tell me about Eddie.
Sir, Mr. Bohr has arrived.
Have her wait a while. Then treat him cold as if he's an inconvenience.
Understood.
Yes. I'm listening now, Richard. Mortal danger? Bit on the dramatic side, huh? All right, are you on the grounds? Get over here, we're in the study.
Anything interesting?
Assassins at the gates again.
What do we do this time?
Richard Carter's on his way over from security, and what we did is not worth mentioning. So, what's this about Eddie Ford and Churchill?
Oh, he was in London discussing aircraft production for the RAF. Churchill wanted Ford Motor Company producing fighter plane engines.
Nice bit.
Yes, well, Eddie Boyd turned Fatso down.
You can't be serious.
Told him his plate was already full.
What is he, brain dead? He should be excited about a solid European deal.
Oh, he's excited about a solid European deal, all right. Only it isn't with Churchill.
Well, who then?
Your friend and mine.
He planned to deal with Hitler.
He's building armored cars for Rommel's Africa Corps.
Oh, good God.
I bet God has nothing good to say about it.
I'm just hoping the Lord our God has a sense of humor. Other guys like you and me and Eddie, Jesus, we're all gonna be a shit crick.
Gentlemen, Mr. Carter to see you.
Oh, hey, Richard, pour yourself a drink.
Oh, and how's our Mr. Bohr doing, Caleb?
Oh, he hides his irritation magnificently, sir.
So, what's this mortal danger all about, Richard? Why should we be concerned?
Terrorists from an anti-Nazi group have targeted both of you for your bank's involvement in supplying Hitler's war effort. My sources say they may even be here in Washington.
Get rid of them.
We have to find them first.
So find them and get rid of them.
They may have been here for years. They may have recruited sympathizers who know things about your routines. Either one of you could have had a servant execute an act of betrayal with some extreme leftist group. These people are patient, and they know how to turn people to their point of view.
Do you have any leads to follow up on?
Several. My people are following them even as we speak. In the meantime, I'd like to beef up security, both inside and out.
Make it subtle. I don't want my wife and daughter getting wind of any of this.
Yes, sir. It's already in the works.
Gentlemen, your wives would like a moment of your time.
For Christ's sakes, now.
I'm sure they'll be brief.
What's all this I hear about being brief? Caleb, why did you feel the need to promise brevity on my part? Does my husband think I am long-winded? Or does he just not like the sound of my voice?
Don't come after me, my love. Your darling son-in-law over here is the one shooting his mouth off.
Is that so?
Oh, Christ.
So, Preston, just what was your mouth shooting off?
Small caliber rounds, I give you my word.
Oh, your word. I can't tell you what comfort I take in that.
Easy there, Gertie.
Relax, my dear. Preston's a big boy. You're a big boy, aren't you, Press?
Gertie.
We're not in the bedroom, Casanova. Gertrude will do just fine.
Gertrude it is.
Well, that's the smartest choice you've made all day.
I have absolutely no doubt that it was.
Chew on your tongue for a little while, dear. I need to talk to our son-in-law here.
You're on your own, pal.
Where are you going?
The nearest bunker.
So Caleb announced both you and Mary.
I left Mary talking to Mr. Bohr on the parlor balcony.
I see. You want to ask me something?
When was the last time you spent any real time with Mary?
Well, we see each other every morning, mostly.
Mostly.
Well, I do work and travel, as you know, half the time with your husband.
Oh, this conversation has nothing to do with whether or not you're faithful. I know you're a snake. Snakes can't help themselves from slithering. I understand that.
Well, thank you for understanding.
As long as my little girl is happy, I don't care if you rendezvous with baboons.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Thanks.
Smug as always.
Hey, let's remember who came in here with both guns drawn.
Fair enough. I'm worried about Mary.
Why?
Her point of view has changed.
Well, she's young. Her point of view will no doubt change again.
You didn't even ask how.
How what?
How her personality has changed.
Oh, wait, you said her point of view has changed, not her personality.
When you leave the house, do you know where she goes?
Of course I know where she goes. She's my goddamn wife. When she's not at home, she's on campus. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, she has 2 history classes. On Monday, Wednesday...
You should be more concerned about her activities on campus when she's not in class.
Get to the point.
When was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with Mary?
Do you know what get to the point means?
She's been attending socialist meetings.
What?
And she's been also going to several anti-capitalist rallies.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I know you don't, which brings me back to my original question. When was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with your wife?
I'm a busy man, Gertrude. You know as well as I, having been married to Talbot all these years, business comes first. Jesus, you would have thought a wedding arrangement would have made that abundantly clear.
Listen, you horse's ass, I'm telling you that your wife, my daughter, is drifting from the family. She doesn't say it, but every time you or Tally come up in a conversation, she becomes cold. It's as though she were ashamed of the both of you.
You know, I should never have agreed to let Mary go to college. Women do not belong in college. They learn something shocking and they're not emotionally equipped to handle it.
Oh, to think you actually believe that.
I've heard your complaints.
Yes, but will you talk to Mary?
I will talk to her.
Talk to her about what?
Hello, Mary. Your mother just finished reprimanding me. Seems I've been neglecting my duties as a husband. I apparently failed to engage in meaningful conversation with you. Is that how you feel? You can be honest with me.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to be honest. First off, Mother, although I appreciate your concern, I'd appreciate it a lot more if you simply butt out.
I've said my piece, Mary.
Somehow I doubt that.
Ah, she's got you pegged, Ma.
I most certainly do not have my mother pegged.
Thank you, my dear.
Oh, did you hear that? She's grateful. Mary, your mother's actually grateful. We should make note of this date.
You can stop now, Kristen.
No, really, what is today's date?
You're not even funny.
Really? Not even a little bit?
Shut up!
Oh, don't let him get to you. He's a carbon copy of your father.
You mean Creston's a sociopath too?
Your father is not a sociopath. Honestly, Mary, I don't know what's come over you. You used to worship the ground your father walked on.
I was a child. Now I know better.
And what exactly do you think you No.
His business dealings, Mother. Why is it that he and Creston spend so much time in Germany? The last time I checked, we were at war with them.
When we started doing business over there, we were at peace.
And now that we're at war, what's your new excuse?
I do not need an excuse to do business.
You have a responsibility beyond profit.
Oh, profit comes first.
You have the power, the ability to change things for the better. My God, you're a senator and a global banker.
Profit comes first.
I hope you burn in hell.
Mary!
Whoa, what have I told you ladies about discussing business?
You said women do not have a head for business.
Obviously, I was right.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, and yet your business discussion has deteriorated into telling your husband here that you hope he burns in hell.
I'm sorry, is there a rule somewhere saying I can't be truthful when talking business?
Yes, matter of fact, there is.
Mary, if this is about me not spending enough time with you, I'm sorry. I realize I've shown little or no interest in how your college career is going. I guess it's par for the course with how busy I've been. Anyway, seeing we're all together like this, why don't you tell us about your classes and your campus activities?
Mr. Vore is still waiting in the parlor. We can talk about this some other time.
Nonsense. How often are we all together like this?
Yeah, we should talk to Vore.
Trust me, Tally, you're going to want to hear this.
I think it's time for a refill.
You might want to switch to grain alcohol.
You told him? Him?
Should be insulted by that.
I can't believe you, Mother.
Preston is your husband. What was I supposed to do?
Respect your daughter's privacy comes to mind.
We're not going to talk about this now. I'm sorry.
No. You tore the lid off, Gertrude. It's time for Pandora to come out.
I refuse to talk about it, Tally.
I'm not going to talk about it either.
Mary's attending socialist meetings and protesting at anti-capitalist rallies.
Gertrude, Creston, I'd like a moment or two alone with my daughter here.
Everything's all right, Tally.
Sit down, Mary. Please. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you.
You know, I knew this day would come sooner or later. You're an intelligent young lady. You have a mind of your own.
If you took the time to notice, you'd realize all women have a mind of their own.
Don't be naive, child.
Naive. You need not worry, Father. Naivety has never been a sin of mine. Whenever truth engulfs me, no matter how brutal or unsympathetic it may be, I always accept it. I will never fall to denial. I refuse to end up like Mother.
And what does that mean?
I am fully aware of how you make your money.
And, just what do you think you know, little girl?
You are trading with the enemy.
Everyone is trading with the enemy.
Well, if that's the case, then everyone should go to jail and then go to hell.
A rather rigid outlook.
I see it as a necessity.
I see. Yes, I see. So, what are your plans now?
My plans? What do you mean?
Well, you've drawn a pretty deep line in the dirt. I was just Wondering how are you going to, how do they say it, make ends meet?
Are you cutting me off now, Father?
No, I wouldn't dream of doing anything of the sort. You're the one cutting yourself off. You see what I'm saying?
I should have seen this coming.
Yes, indeed you should have. And now we will see just how strong your convictions really are. Huh. You know, Mary, I'm glad we were able to have this little chat to come to such a clear understanding and so quickly. Bravo.
You are absolutely right about a clear understanding. My mind has never been so clear. For the first time in my life, I know exactly what I need to do.
To assume your little talk didn't end well?
No, not at all. Our little talk ended with Mary going toward her destiny, wherever that may be.
That sounds ominous.
That was not my intent.
Another drink?
No, I'm fine.
Gentlemen, Mr. Vor to see you.
I didn't really like your butler's bedside manner out there in the parlor.
Well, Caleb's a trusted servant, an excellent judge of character.
An extension of yourself, you might say.
Busy day, War.
Talbot Stroller, we need to talk.
Not now, Gertrude.
Right this instant.
Vor, why don't the two of us go out on the parlor balcony for some air?
Good idea.
What the hell is that all about?
Did you tell Mary to leave our home?
Relax.
Did you tell our daughter to leave home?
No, I did not. Whatever Mary chooses to do, wherever her misguided code takes her, that is all up to her.
Who are you? Pontius Pilate?
She views our fortune as blood money.
Well, it is, isn't it? You and Creston are war profiteers. You do business with both sides. Thousands of people are dying from the actions that you finance. What else would you call it?
We are not responsible for the actions of governments.
Who are you trying to fool, Tally? You're a senator, for Christ's sake. You're part of government.
I'm a businessman.
And what exactly does that mean?
It means that you need to leave me alone now so I can get back to work. We can talk about this after dinner.
Mary is packing right now. She'll be gone before dinner.
Well, that's her decision, isn't it?
My God, why are you being so stubborn? She's your own flesh and blood. Are you really willing to let her go?
Yes.
Let go a little bit, Tally. Just relax.
Thank you.
Trouble in Eden.
What?
Here.
Oh, that's nothing. By the way, it's trouble in paradise.
Nah, I know, but in the Bible, Eden is paradise.
Yeah, true if you believe in that mumbo jumbo.
Maybe you seemed upset when I talked to her a short time ago.
Nothing to concern yourself about. Family matters. Pour me one if you don't mind.
Of course.
You know, more often wondered why you prefer scotch. I thought all you Ruskies drank vodka.
Frankly, I find it difficult to find quality vodka in this country, with all due respect. Besides, I'm actually quite fond of scotch.
Be careful, before you know it, you'll be trading in borscht for hot dogs.
From my experience, wives can be difficult creatures, eh?
I'll drink to that. Cheers.
They sometimes forget their place, no?
Yes.
No?
Of course. In my case, forgetting that all this comes with a price. Price of doing business, right, Boar?
I suppose. We all make sacrifices.
Yes, we certainly do.
Perhaps now, price is too high.
I've never known you to have cold feet, comrade.
Making rubles off the war, I do not care. Governments make war, not people.
You're damn right.
Why shouldn't people like us make as much as we can of the diplomats of the world?
We're in total agreement.
And yet,
And yet,
Mr. Trump, my country is losing millions of its people to this paper-hanging madman. Now we make money,
yes, lots and lots
this
of
is
money.
so. But the loss to my mother Russia has become too high now. Much too high.
For the war won't last forever.
Tell that to my frozen dead comrades in Stalingrad.
To hell with them. You just keep telling Stalin whatever he needs to hear so we can continue with our profit.
Yet, I end up dealing with Roosevelt. Stalin listens to nobody but Stalin. You need to keep in mind, Hitler is not the only monster hanging people from meat hooks. I prefer to keep both my feet firmly on the ground.
Or
Perhaps you and Talbot should listen to me.
with all due respect, do not tell me about my wife. She's a young, foolish idealist. I will deal with her.
Losing your father feels the same.
Colonel, I know he does.
Bullshit worry.
Worry. The only thing we need to worry about is not having enough of what we need to get what we want.
Money is
Money is everything. Look at where we are, who we are, what we have.
what we have done.
Oh, I never realized you were such a hypocrite, boy.
Blood is not being shed on your soil.
Wouldn't matter if it was. Need I remind you that Stalin was just fine with Hitler as long as he invaded other countries?
Let's just say, when Hitler broke the non-aggression pact with us, we had to adjust our thinking.
Breaks my heart.
And now Stalin will stop at nothing to drag that bastard to the streets of Stalingrad.
Unacceptable. Talbot and I invested too much in Hitler to let Stalin do that before we're ready.
Not even you and Talbot can do that.
Well, that's why we have you.
Even I cannot reach Stalin. I have told you that.
And try harder.
Oh my God.
God. We don't answer to God.
Well, who do you answer to?
We answer to no one.
Every man must answer to somebody or something.
Yeah.
His conscience, his family, his God.
I sleep very well, thank you.
And that man will suffer.
Suffer. I'm not worried.
A man with too much confidence. He walks in the dark.
What the hell does that mean?
You're such a smart man. You figure it out. Another?
Well, there's something we can agree on.
At this particular moment of time, it's the only thing we can agree on.
You know, war countries will always be at war.
What is your point?
My point is, it doesn't matter.
What doesn't
it never ends.
Again, what is your point?
Why not reap what we can while we can? It's about us. Talbot, me, you.
At what cost?
Fuck cost, we can buy anything.
Anything?
That's right.
Would it buy me? Would it buy Mary?
That is the last time you mention my wife to me. As far as your two questions are concerned, yes and yes.
Then, perhaps you have all the answers.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Or perhaps not.
Oh, you were beaming that day. You were so proud of her.
I can still see her jumping off that high dive. 6 years old. Fearless.
What about Christmas Eve when Mary was 10?
What about it?
The toboggan hill, you remember?
No, not really.
Oh, it was snowing. The perfect Christmas snow. There must have been 50 people there, mostly children. You and Mary rode down that hill probably a dozen times until you just couldn't do it anymore. And then you laid in the snow on your back and you were saying, I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
I did not.
Oh, yes, you did. All the other parents were laughing at you.
Oh, Christ, I do remember
Yeah.
that.
And while we were distracted, 3 older boys convinced Mary to go down the back of the hill with them into the woods on the toboggan. Oh, my goodness. When we finally realized what was happening, you and some of the other fathers raced down the hill. The mothers were all yelling for Mary and the boys to get off. Finally, 3/4 of the way down, the boys did.
Mary stayed on.
Mary stayed on. She rode that toboggan straight into the woods. I can still hear you screaming, no!
She was really moving.
Oh, everyone gasped when she disappeared into the trees. After you went into the woods to look for her, we all stood there in silence for what seemed like forever. Finally, you came out. You were pulling the toboggan, and Mary was right by your side. We all cheered when we saw you both. Then when you got up back to the top of the hill, I remember you asked Mary, why didn't you jump off? Weren't you scared? And she said, I wasn't scared at all. I knew I could make it. I had just enough room.
Fearless.
Tally, you know you don't want her to go. Please let me go tell her that you've changed your mind. She's your little girl. Please, Tally. Let me go tell her before it's too late. You're a good man, Tally. Shall I have Caleb summon Preston and Vor?
No, they'll be alone.
I hope Vor isn't too put out by the delay.
The hell with a Mongoloid Russian.
Everything all right in the home front?
Everything is as it should be.
Good to hear.
Vor, I apologize for being late. I hope you're not pressed for time.
Not at all, Mr. Stroller. My flight isn't until tomorrow.
Excellent. So, what is this important information?
Yes. The Roosevelt problem is more than just talk now. He's already met with his military advisors. The plans for bombing the concentration camps are being worked out as we speak.
This is not an issue.
Mr. Stroller, those bombers could be in the air as early as this week.
They may have a point.
Not a big enough one.
We'd be better off killing the cripple.
That isn't even worth considering.
So we're considering war, I wouldn't have considered it.
The whole world is at war right now. The entire planet. Do you really think assassinating the President of the United States is an option?
We just blame it on the jacks.
Or the blame itself is not even the point.
Look, Ford, you said yourself, the entire world is trying to kill each other. With all the enemies that Roosevelt's got, who's to know if we're the ones that pulled the trigger?
We're talking minutes.
We're not killing Roosevelt. Well, you've seen how frail he looks. For God's sakes, he'll be dead before the war's even over.
Well, what good does that do us now?
Or, does Roosevelt know we're the ones using the manpower for the camps?
We don't think so.
You don't think so?
If he has that knowledge, he's keeping it close to the vest.
Look, bombing Hitler's ball-bearing plants are priority now. That gives you and I time to put our political clout into play.
Gentlemen, I believe the humanitarian cause outweighs Hitler's ball-bearing production.
Hitler needs tanks. Tanks need ball bearings. I'm telling you, Boar, we can deal with this. We have enough time. We're not losing the free labor. We're not losing those camps. Yeah. Here. Well, Richard, how the hell could he get on the grounds?
What's happening?
Who? But you don't know who specifically. Yeah, that's just great, Richard.
Well,
The assassin is already here. It's someone we know.
beginning to wonder. Whoa, slow down there, Colonel. Give yourself a minute or two.
All right, I'll bite. Where are we?
I think we're dead. You don't remember anything, do you?
Well, I remember finishing up the war.
Oh, we finished up the war already. Took a bullet in the head.
What?
A second or two later, everything went black. I bet I took a bullet too. go, wake up. Come on, wake up. You gotta go.
What?
You gotta go right now.
Just give me a chance.
Look!
Oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me.
Come on, this way.
That way? Let's take the alley.
It's a dead end.
How do you know?
I learned the hard way. Come on, we gotta find a building, get out of the streets.
Wait up!
We'll hide in the church.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not much cover.
Well, we're not in the street at least.
Now what?
You're asking me?
We gotta be someplace. We're both talking to each other. We're both aware.
Yeah, we're someplace, all right.
But you think we're in hell?
Well, tell me, Creston. Does this look like heaven to you?
We need better coverage. Relax. We gotta get out of here.
Fucking shit, $200 for fucking things. Better off my fucking
Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, oh, fuck, oh, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit.
We gotta be more proactive.
Yeah? How do we do that?
Let me catch my breath.
Catch it quicker.
I'm thinking.
Oh, your thinking brings me so much comfort in my hour of need.
Hey, what have we never done?
What do you mean?
With the tank chasing us, what have we never done?
Oh, get away.
Besides that smart ass.
I don't know, enlighten me.
Come on. This thing has hunted us down and killed us, what, 100 times? 1,000
Oh,
times?
1,000 at least.
Okay then. In all those times, what have you and I never tried to do?
Destroyed the tank.
That's destroyed the tank, yeah.
Well, how do we do that? What good would that do?
Look, we're either in hell or we're in purgatory. If we're in hell, well, we're pretty much fucked for eternity. But if we're in purgatory, this is all about penance, atonement, payback.
Bit of a stretch.
All right, maybe just a little bit.
A little bit's better than nothing.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, then, how do we destroy the monster? We don't have any explosives.
Well, sure we do.
Where?
Everywhere.
What the hell are you talking about?
The landmines? Okay. You gotta be
Okay. No, it's...
Okay.
How are we gonna get that thing to run over these?
We're not.
Well, why are we continually blowing our faces off here?
Look, where that tank is always smashed in the wall, there's a big crater in the middle of the street.
The one by the broken sewer.
That's the one. Don't fuck it up. Just don't. Okay, lead it out.
Me?
Lead, go, come on. All right, we make our way over to the crater, jump in, and wait for that thing to make its move.
Yeah. Then what?
When it rolls over us, we ram those mines right up its ass.
Right. And blow ourselves up.
What difference does it make?
Hey, come up with a better plan. It would work. My ass.
Hey, we're jumping in that fucking hole.
How long before it makes its move?
Relax.
What if it decides to wait us out?
Don't get a well-deserved rest.
Talbot! Huh? You got your wish. God does have a sense of humor. I guess we can rule out purgatory, huh?
Oh, yeah. Those fuckers had it coming.